And there we go. Going into this matchup here on Shakuras Plateau. MaNa currently leads the series 1-0 with a very convincing showing. Kas, I wouldn't like to say he was dead from 3 minutes in, but it was getting that way. Yeah, it was certainly not a good start for him. Players have come back from worse, but still, it's a very unfortunate situation to be in. And here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to bring in Empire.Kas. He is in the blue trunks, and he is playing Terran to the northwest of the Shakuras Plateau versus his opponent, mouz.MaNa. He is in the green trunks, and he is playing Protoss to the southeast.
Yep, and once again, a really good map for fast expand, so I might actually take my statement back about him not going for 14cc again. He might do it. On Shakuras Plateau, it's a little bit easier to defend. It's crossbar 2, so it's really far.
Yep.
It's probably even further than Tower and close, but I don't nail me down on that, but it feels like it at least. However, MaNa not going for an as early scout on Shakuras. There's only 2 positions you have to scout, so he's probably going to scout after the warp gate, maybe, and then it's still going to be fine. He's going to see if there's a CC down there at least. So, yeah, Kas could get away with a 14cc much better here. Yeah,
let's see if he tries to pull that one off there. We'll find out very shortly. If he doesn't put down the barracks on 12 or at latest 13, then he'll definitely go for that. And the Nexus of MaNa, chrono boosting once again. Always good to keep an eye on that. See how many chronos.
He's going to go for barracks.
Yeah, by the looks of it, that's exactly what he's going to do. There it is. So, Kas refusing to get greedy, I suppose, since he was punished so hard this time around, and this time, since there's only 2 positions to scout, he feels perhaps a little bit wary about doing such a thing.
Yeah, Pro gonna be out there. He's gonna be scouting Kas on the 2nd position, but timing is okay. He's gonna get in there. The Marine is not gonna be able to stop it, and Kas is not going for any gas, so it's gonna be a 1 barracks expand. Very standard on Shakuras Plateau, as it is so hard to pressure Protoss. You have a ramp at your natural. It's almost impossible to actually deal any damage with some kind of barracks cheese. So
yeah, it's really hard to do, especially with sentries in play. It's so easy to force field off that ramp, and then you just laugh. It's as simple as that. You sit in the base chortling. I always find that I think Protoss players are often very nice people, but Protoss in general I think are extremely arrogant and just sit on top of their ivory tower laughing at Terran. I could just see that happening.
Yeah. And second, I like that a lot. Looks like Kas is gonna go for the CC before the depot. You're gonna have to get supply blocked a little bit, or not build a 2nd Marine, which is a little bit greedy. But I like it more. It's faster. You're gonna get supply blocked for a little bit, but you get your 2nd orbital faster. You don't need a. You have your CC ready so early, it actually serves as a supply depot too.
Yeah, of course, you can make it up on the basis of that very smart play there by Kas. We'll see how that works out. From 2nd gas going down right here for MaNa, so not seeing any immediate pressure, more likely a sort of defensive build, get a couple of sentries out and then maybe expand after that. But you never know from MaNa. He can be a sneaky individual sometimes. Engineering bay being put down for block there.
I like it. It's very smart.
Yep.
It's so good. Engineering bay is going to have about 600 hit points until the Stalker can take out that SCV. Okay, maybe 500. It's gonna be at 600. Come on. That SCV should be running away, but now it's too late.
Brave SCV. He dies for the cause.
Yeah, and that engineering bay is gonna be so annoying. He's not gonna be able to 1 gate expand for quite some time here. I'm probably gonna be forced to throw down a robotics bay. Maybe it would be stupid to just sit on those minerals here. Oh, it's a warp gate. It's his 3rd warp gate. Are we gonna see a 4th warp gate?
That's a good question. On 2 gas, and maybe not. He doesn't have a lot of chrono boost left, and obviously his warp gate tech is not all that fast either. So he's been chrono boosting at a probes finish this entire time. So I suppose it's going to turn into a 3-gate expand, being forced down that path.
Yeah, and that engineering bay did its job. That actually is about 400, 500 minerals that engineering bay did of economical damage.
Yeah.
So that's great. Now the probe is here. It's going to throw it on Nexus, but it's very late. We already have an orbital command at Kas's base. He already threw down his 1st mule, and the income looks very good for Kas. Adding 2 more barracks, adding 2 more gas now. Pretty standard. He's just going to try to get a ton of units. A 2nd bunker, I wouldn't be surprised about a 3rd bunker either, because he knows he delayed the Nexus so much, he can just play really safe.
Yeah, he's so happy about this time around, especially after the last game, which was going to be the most annoying thing in the world. I can't imagine how frustrated Kas would have been after that engagement, losing so much to that early aggression there, just with probes as well. That's the awful thing about it. That's the biggest kick in the teeth.
Yeah, losing a scouting SCV there. Kas doesn't have any control over the map. It's a really scary phase. like the 8-minute mark is the most scary phase as a Terran player for fast expand ever.
Yeah.
Because it could mean 4-gate, a late 4-gate, could mean 3-gate pressure, it could mean 1 base, some kind of all-in, even 1 base DT. So at 8 minutes, that's the time where you should throw down all your defenses and be ready for anything.
Absolutely, and the lack of information that you've got really does contribute to that. MaNa's got quite a few sentries, so he's not too concerned at all, and with full map control, he has no reason to be either. Kas is just going to build behind this, and he's got 3 barracks up at the moment, factory, and another command center. Kas is getting pretty damn greedy, and I think that's something that a lot of people seem to forget about Kas. They hear the name of the destroyer, they say, oh, he's so aggressive. Like, actually, he's really, really greedy, and then he's very aggressive.
Yeah, absolutely. Third command center, absolutely okay. It's very safe against anything but a quick blink build, because then you just have Marines and you have Stalkers in your base and you're basically dead. However, against fast Colossus, which MaNa usually favors, third base is insanely good. You're not going to have anything out there being able to deal damage to the Terran in ages if you go for Colossus. Thermal Lance is like a 100-second upgrade. Colossus takes 75 seconds. And you want to have at least 2 over there. 1 is not really useful, so you're really safe against anything.
MaNa, however, is smelling that possibility. He has blocked off that. That doesn't stop, of course, the expansion going down here. But that's also a possibility.
But you don't really want to do that.
No, you don't.
Because you're going to be close to the watchtower, to that really narrow area here, and you can poke forward with Colossus force field very well. So, he probably wants to migrate down here where the pylon is of MaNa. Observers in there now, MaNa getting a good idea, seeing 2 medevacs are going to be out there. He's going to want to see if they move out or if they're going to stay at home. So he sees the third command center too. So I expect a probe coming out from MaNa now to claim his third nexus himself. Come on, MaNa, go out there, get it.
Yeah, asking MaNa to be greedy, asking, come on, MaNa, do some macro. And I don't want to do that. I've suddenly turned to a 2-base all-in player.
I like actually how he gets the +1 armor upgrade, so maybe he's not even get a third base, but just try to do a 1-2 base.
He's up to 6 gateways, so he could very well 2-base from here.
Yeah, it looks like it. And there's not going to be a +1 upgrade for Kas. Does he even have an engineering base? Oh yeah, now he makes it. It's going to be a bit late against the 2 Colossus, so his units are going to be very tough. However, Kas adding Vikings already now, so he's going to have 4 pieces of Vikings. 4 pieces of Viking? It's not a food.
4 pieces of Vikings. He's going to have to actually construct them on the battlefield. He built a wing, he built the little nose bit, the Gatling guns, puts it together. I've heard that Kas in his younger days really liked Lego. So he's got to put them together right there. But whatever the case, Kas does have this dropship force down to the bottom here. He's cleaned up that pylon so he can safely expand down. And he can also try to apply some pressure as well if he so desires.
I think MaNa is just going to be abusing the fact that Shakuras is so easy to defend that even if you get 200 supply as Terran, you won't be able to do much with it. He's going for double upgrades now, and he's actually not going to go for a timing attack at all, because then he would be vulnerable to drops and all that kind of stuff. So he's just playing as safe as you possibly could, and then getting a third base, getting a 4th base, going into a super long game. I like the factory of Kas actually at the outer natural, close to MaNa. It's going to be blocking off Nexus a little bit. But I think MaNa probably is going to be going for his...
Kas is actually going to go for the front expansion here, which is an interesting move, honestly. It is quite close, but as you said, you're right, it is within his own target range. If Kas can successfully control the center of the map, which Terran do love to do here, usually, of course, they do it with tanks, but in the TVP matchup, not so common. He's going ghosts quite early here, so he's obviously got a bit of confidence about holding this.
You know, Kas is going to get a lot of Colossus out there. He's going to have 4 when his 2-1 upgrades finish, and maybe that's going to be the timing where he takes the third base. Not sure if Kas should already be going for Ghosts. He might... Yeah, he only has 2 medevacs. He's going to be lacking units. He can't stim so much, really. So if MaNa goes out there, forces a few of stims, I don't see Kas being able to hold that third expansion. Kas definitely needs more units over tech at the moment. He's going double upgrades, Ghosts. Maybe it's going to be a little bit too much for a third base, really.
Yeah, perhaps. And honestly, the Ghost mix will be fine against the sentries, certainly on the gateway units, but doesn't do a jack to the Colossus here. And Well, he's building up the force down to the bottom, and he has held the map control. Kas probably didn't see that. Yeah, he definitely didn't. That was actually out of range. He's flanking around to the bottom of this hill right here, and nice scan right there. Picks up the observer.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. He's not going to be able to position himself as perfectly. There's a ton of SUVs just idling there now, waiting to help defend the third base. We're gonna have one EMP only in the battlefield, and all those sentries have 200 energy, so even if they get EMP, they're gonna still be able to throw down a ton of force speeds. Now we even see them split. MaNa moves in there, and he is gonna be shredding through those SUVs.
The Ghost just died. The Ghost was at the front, which was always unpleasant. Here come the force field placement right now. He splits that army in half. There's a ton of charred corpses up into the center right here. Colossus move forward, and the Viking try to bring them down. Not an awful lot of DPS there. However, the Marauders moving to crush it. Can Kas make it? This is a very, very close match, one way or the other. Reinforcements coming, and that is that for that force. And Kas holds in the center of the map right there.
Good job by Kas. A little bit of sloppy micro by MaNa. Those force fields could have been a little bit better, and he could have controlled the Colossus. I felt like he thought he's going to win the battle, so he pushed forward instead of pushing back. So that what made him lose the battle there, and Kas now going to be able to push out. There's not so much out there for MaNa. He has a lot of zealots, but you can kite those. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to defend that Nexus.
Yeah, he's going to have to get some units on the field really damn fast. He's bringing in another Zealot. He actually has very few resources to do that. He's got a lot of gas, not so much of anything else. And here comes the kiting right here by Kas. And I certainly would not want to mess with his control in that regard. Charging Zealots will help, certainly. But there are 4 medivacs in the air. Sorry, make that 3. They have enough energy to make this happen. And he's starting to bring the pain right here on this third base for MaNa.
Yeah, only Zealots. Now sentries are being added, so you can actually force field that small area, but Kas could even drop on that high ground there, and now swinging around, seeking to go for the natural, or maybe not. He's a little bit undecided.
Yeah, it could be dangerous to swing around there. It would be. I just think I could just see him getting caught out of position, force field, and then killed by the Zealots if he ends up doing that. So a bit risky. His force is not exactly large at the moment, and he will continue to reinforce it, adding more ghosts into the mix. Now, this is definitely a smart play because the Templar Archives is coming down, and a couple of high Templar coming. We could see a transition through to Zealot Archon here.
Yeah. The thing is, Marine Marauder Ball is getting bigger and bigger, and we do not have... We're going to have Archons out, but they're not that great unless you have really huge numbers and support of Colossus. So, yeah, MaNa's army doesn't really look fit to deal with a Marine Marauder Ball, especially with a Ghost in there. MaNa does need to add splash damage again. Oh, wait, how did we miss the Nexus going down in the main?
Yes, right.
Okay, yeah.
When did that happen?
I don't know.
Neither of us saw that. Whatever the case, we do have an engagement right here in the center. I'm going to watch a replay to find out where the hell that happened. But Empire.Kas now taking a ton of damage. But does he have the unit count to break this? It doesn't look like he does. He's got a lot of medivacs to hold that up. He's going to start to break through. The Colossus has actually killed nothing, if you can believe that. Thanks to the Marauder heavy composition. Down it goes. Nice play, GG! Ladies and gentlemen, Kas is right back into that. And when the hell did that Nexus go down?
Yeah, I think... I don't know. I don't want to watch the replay. I'm too ashamed for that.
Well, we both missed it. And I mean, we've obviously been casting out for 13 hours. But yeah, you go in the replay and find out when exactly that happened. Because obviously I can't do that. They'll have to invite me back in immediately. But I am really confused as to that. I didn't even see a successful drop to make that happen. So I guess TLO's about to find out. He's going to skip forward as fast as he can. In the meantime, though, Kas is able to take a game from one of the strongest TVP in Europe. A very impressive performance there by him. MaNa making a few mistakes, getting a little bit impetuous, as you saw with that engagement in the center, and losing Colossus unnecessarily.
Yeah, as I was saying, MaNa known to be usually pretty defensive. On Shakuras, I don't get why he... Especially on Shakuras, decided to push out. You have a really wide area, you can kite very well as Terran. If you're on the defensive, you feel comfortable. The thing is, attacking is what is really hard on Shakuras as Terran, so I don't know. I don't agree with the decisions MaNa made here, but we'll see how Game 3 goes. I hope he can pull it off. Obviously, I'm a fan of Kas too, though. I'm a little bit Terran biased anyways. So.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm surprised you're actually anything biased, considering that you played random for the longest time.
Yeah, but I don't have so much love for Protoss, you know that.
Yeah, you do keep telling me that. I keep seeing mentions of that on Reddit as well. They love to talk about you all the time.
Yeah.
They're big fans.
Yeah, big shout out to Reddit for everybody there. Thank you for supporting me.
A single solitary clap in the background of the lone Redditor that's left his house.
Okay, there's a drop.
Yep, that you could actually see that on the projector in the background right there.
That was like a long time ago. Like, you didn't see that for like 3 minutes.
Well, I mean, there's barely anything mining there, but I suppose that's a bit of a kick of the teeth one way or the other. Yeah, the engagement there in the center.
Yeah.
That actually happened during that engagement.
Yeah.
He just didn't do anything.
It's like so little units which did that.
Yeah, he couldn't warp in.
And MaNa didn't pull any units, so I didn't notice. So
Yeah,
sorry for that.
we were so focused on the fight in the center. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just crazy. I don't want to make excuses, but yeah, there you go. That's what happened, and that's crazy. I'm surprised he was even able to pull that off.
Are you in game? No.
No, not yet. Haven't received the invite to it just yet. So both these guys probably watching the replay, I'd imagine, at this point. And we're just waiting for the invite into Game 3 of what is turning out to be an absolutely fantastic series. If you happen to be wandering around in Hall C, you can actually get into our arena. If you go to the right-hand side of it, nearest the entrance, there is a gap in the fence which will allow you through. But don't wander anywhere else because you will be attacked by a pack of rabid dogs. Or Dreamhack security, one of the two. Depends how kind they're feeling. We're still waiting for this invite.
Yeah, I am asking MaNa which map.
Yep.
Maybe they're taking a small break. I don't know, maybe they're gonna have to go to the toilet. Actually, big thumb up for Dreamhack. They're really accommodating players very well. If you need to take a break, like even in a best of 3, they're pretty okay with that.
Yeah.
So that's really nice because sometimes it's a little bit too strict on players,
Yeah,
a little bit arbitrary.
Yeah.
Like you have to play now. Especially in group stage, there's usually a little bit of dynamic.
Yeah, we won't name any names, but I think you've all heard of the tournaments that do that and the tournaments that don't. So we just want to make you aware that Dreamhack does not do that. So that is very, very cool. Still waiting for the invite to this game from both of these guys. So we shall find out what happens. But
yeah,
idle conversation. It's always a good idea.
That's true. You know, in the Twitch TV launch, they actually have an insanely good physiotherapist.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, Too Good is taking care of us really well. Every tournament should have a players launch. So good.
Yep, definitely agree with that one. That's always nice to do. I haven't actually visited it yet. If you can believe it, I actually have a pro gamer wristband. I'm not sure for
official.
what. Yeah, I'm officially a pro gamer according to Dreamhack. So there you go. And I'm also crew according to Dreamhack. So I'm apparently multi-talented. What can I say? All right, we're going to be looking into this battle between MaNa and Kas, and it really is a battle as well. This isn't just a game, this is a war. And Kas is changing his color again just to infuriate me. So we can switch the scoreboard around right there. He's done it again. He must be listening to this cast right now. He knows.